After 10 years of living in the biggest city of China, we moved here. Any regrets? This was my home, a small country in the heart of Europe. Calm, peaceful and quiet. But in 2012 I moved here. To the biggest city China has to offer, Shanghai. It's busy, hectic and noisy, and it was all I was looking for. I always wanted to live in a big city. Shanghai was it. I met there my wife. I have built a career in Shanghai, had some extraordinary work opportunities like interpreting for Jackie Chan, and my life in Shanghai was great until this happened and our life started to crumble. Something had to change. In 2022, my wife, our dog, and I drove 3,000 kilometers away, close to the Tibetan border, to a small village in Yunnan province, South China. It all seemed great, but life never is. Life is complicated, and so it's not all great. What are the challenges? Is it a struggle or was it all worth it? Well, let me tell you now. As with everything, our first weeks or even months in the Chinese countryside were a honeymoon phase. I used to go running every day to a nearby forest, then I watched the beautiful sunrise and contemplated what a great decision it was to leave the big city. However, very soon I found out that I actually hate running and that not everything is so beautiful. For starters, there is trash everywhere. But don't worry, by the end of the video I will also tell you the best parts about life in Chinese village, so stick around for that. Local farmers are used to throwing away trash everywhere. In the past, it didn't pose a problem as it would naturally decompose. However, with the prevalence of plastic waste in the modern age, the trash now persists. So this is the place where I go running. And as you can see, there is trash everywhere. Trash goes all the way up to the mountain. It's definitely way too much. My dog went somewhere. He came here, just close to the graves. It's not actually a cemetery. In the forest or around the fields or even in the fields in China you can find a lot of graves like this, which is kind of interesting, but I have to look after my dog because there is usually some food next to the graves and he likes to steal that. So don't steal that. Tata, patch. Okay, safe. While I try to collect some items in the forest and dispose of them at home, another issue arises. The village's waste removal system is inadequate, with only one weekly morning collection by a truck. If the truck breaks, which occurs occasionally given its condition, there is no alternative for waste disposal. That's why we usually transport our trash daily to the nearest village, which is 4 kilometers away. The village we live in is small, even tiny, with only about 20 houses. It is part of a cluster of villages, with the main village being popular among tourists. Village life, while charming, lacks the practicality of city living, that's for sure. Adjusting from the luxurious convenience of Shanghai, even by international standards, to a simple and impractical village life required some adaptation. But one thing made us happy: daily fresh food from local farmers. 要这个，好的。还有一点酱。就装满一个袋子就可以了。还有生菜。还有生菜，对，小青菜也拿一点。这里还有那个酱，小辣椒也拿一点。那个西兰花和3个黄瓜，然后小葱多拿一点可以吗？香菜我们不吃。好，付好了。再15个。谢谢，这个我也放，我也怕掉下来。Village life initially posed challenges for us city dwellers, yet it taught us how to embrace a slower, healthier lifestyle. Despite its benefits, practicality remains an issue. While the village boasts a few good restaurants, the food selection is limited. Coming from Shanghai, known for its seafood and delicate flavors, we miss the abundance of fish and other delicacies available. Here the mountain restaurants offers mushrooms and wild plants as substitutes, but a wider variety of food would be appreciated. The village has a small gym, which is a positive, but other cultural amenities are lacking. For entertainment or medical needs, we must travel an hour to the nearest city, Lijiang, which is not large city at all, at least by Chinese standards. The city also serves as our closest option if we ever needed a hospital visit, as our village only has a local doctor, not a very good one, along with 2 doctors of Chinese medicine. Actually, only 1 doctor remains. The other, the better one, left to establish a hospital in Tibet. We'll miss him very much, even though his acupuncture was so painful. I was sweating all over my body every time. Oh, and I almost forgot, I haven't even told you the name of our village. It's called Shaxi, and it holds significant historical importance as a key trading post on the ancient Tea-Horse Road. This well-preserved village served as a vital stop for merchants transporting tea, silk and other goods between Tibet and China. The village historic cobblestone streets, traditional courtyard homes and ancient architecture reflect its centuries-old role in facilitating trade and cultural exchange. Its iconic market square, surrounded by centuries-old temples, stand as a testament to its rich history. It is also one of the best-preserved places in China. Before the pandemic, it was highly sought-after destination for foreign tourists, particularly Dutch, French and other European visitors. However, during the pandemic, all international travelers disappeared and have yet to return. On the other hand, Shaxi has become increasingly popular among Chinese tourists. While this trend brings more convenience to our lives, it also risks diluting the area's unique atmosphere. Hopefully, a balance can be maintained, allowing us to enjoy the best of both worlds.
Hello. 不知道。
以前没有吗？以前有。
有，一直都有。从上海带过来的，我养了它10多年，10年。
哦，它叫什么？它叫什么名字？
它叫多多。
多多。
One of the challenges of living in rural China is the necessity to maintain neighborhood relationships. In big cities, nobody really cares. So for years we didn't know our Shanghai neighbors. But village life is different. Sometimes we have to accept a neighbor's invitation to a small party.
叫你过来，昨天叫你过来跟我玩。
我已经休假了那一天。
他们不是要过年了吗？
对对对。
然后都从那种外地啊、外省啊。
啊。
过来我家里面喝茶、吃饭、唱歌。
啊，对对对。
晚上又继续，我靠！
我听到了你们在
打你电话不接，发你信息不回，叫你过来一起。
我已经休假了那一天。
那些都是在外面做工程，有的在这政府当官的那些。
哦，是吗？
我们小时候的那种发小同学啊什么的那种。
啊。
我这里唱歌啊什么都有。
对对，我听到了。
效果很好的。
对对对。
一般的那个 KTV 还不一定有这个效果。
啊。
你小心啊！这不你怕什么？这样的朋友可以多交一些。啊。是吧？今天我都又去跟他们去喝酒，喝到现在了，搞得我二醉的。啊。过来喝茶。
Why is it a challenge? Well, they do drink a lot, making it hard to keep up with them. Also, they do love to party, mostly at KTV, karaoke singing. During those nights, the quiet forest close by is not quiet anymore. We hate these KTV nights. So 2 questions remains. Was it all worth it? What's the best part of living in a Chinese village? Let's answer those in an order. Yes, it was truly worth it. Despite the imperfections and challenges of life in a Chinese village, we cherish it. The beautiful forest where we walk daily with our dog, who sees no downsides to village life and adores it, is a serene escape. Picturesque surroundings where I enjoy photography serve as a calming hobby, even though field mice and insects occasionally find their way into our home. The large spiders that reflect light can be unexpectedly surprising at times. And we even found a community here, a new friends. We never had that. Life in Shanghai was just too busy and hectic, and now it's great to slow down. Spend time with our new friends, create some handmade decoration for Chinese New Year, for example, and mostly enjoy good food together. But what's the best part of it all? The Chinese countryside offers a wealth of cultural experiences, local festivals, customs and religious events. I aim to capture them all, sharing them with you here on YouTube. So remember to subscribe. Also, how about you watch this next video? YouTube thinks you will enjoy it.